Hey Stockhouse, it's Bruce Campbell. Today is July the 22nd. Time for another edition of Markets in Motion. There's been lots of talk about what's happening with interest rates and where interest rates might be going. Thought I'd take a quick look at Polymarkets to see what they're thinking. Looks right now like there's pretty high majority thinking there's going to be no interest rate moves this year, no cuts. And then there's a slight group that thinks that there might be one cut, and even a smaller group that thinks there's going to be two. We look at Bloomberg and see what consensus is there. You can see that for the July meeting, pretty much no cuts. Not a lot of thought there that there's going to be anything for cuts. Moving out to the end of the year, though, it looks like we could actually see some hikes if the data is holds the way it is. And we know this data is pretty dynamic, moves all around. So certainly we can't take that at this point in time as gospel. I know I've talked about gold, but I wanted to just touch on it again before. This comes from Sentiment Trader, and this is just looking at their gold optics, and it's looking at when it gets overly optimistic, which is when it pushes up here, and when it gets overly pessimistic, which is where it is right now, way down here. They took a look at these situations and said, okay, what does that mean for returns going forward? You can see that it's actually quite interesting. Certainly when we look out over longer periods of time, so 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you can see that the probability starts to really grow and that the rate of return is also quite good. These break down all those instances that were on that graph, and you can see the 1 year returns there that show up pretty high. So while it's very pessimistic right now, the view on gold, it is actually looking quite interesting. When we look at rotation, just wanted to touch on this. I know sort of touched on this briefly last week, but we continue to see technology now heading into the weakening quadrant. We already see the semiconductors there. And then what's improving? Well, we see financials, we see healthcare, industrials are just moving into that improving quadrant, and then materials. Material sector in the US is a little bit different than material sector in Canada. So I also threw the GDX in here. You can see that it started to curl. We'd really needed to start to head towards that leading quadrant before we saw that confirmation for gold. That's it for this week, everyone. Have a great week out there, and good luck.